that's the wrong one. Wait, no, this is right one. Yeah. Okay. Okay, wait, is this working? Okay. Please, like, watch this or whatever. But basically, I'm gonna be looking at some video. I have this playlist full of videos here. And I'm gonna be reviewing them. Yeah.
Seek out and control.
Okay, no. Start.
Hey guys, guess what? I finally finished the entire campaign for Arcane Odyssey. You know what that means? It's lore breakdown time. There is a ridiculous amount of things to cover and theories I wanted to make, so I'm just going to get to the point of the video right away. Remember to like, subscribe.
Oh wait, I think this is before he actually read the lore talk.
Leave a comment.
This is going and this freaking review is
All those funny things. Anyways, let's jump into the lore of Arcane Odyssey. Oh yeah, and huge spoiler warning for everything, of course. I am talking about every single part of this game. Instead of starting where the game does, I would first like to discuss the main antagonists. Trust me, this will make things much easier to explain as we go along. The main antagonists of Arcane Odyssey are known as the Order of Aesir. They are a
What the hell happened to the frickin' subtitles there?
cult-like group that wants to seek out and control all of the sea curses. It is unknown how old they are, but they are
Whatever.
old enough to where they have control over the kingdoms of the
That's good enough of an explanation. Probably do a lazier one.
War Seas, and their leaders are people in high positions of at least Ravenna's government, making them the Arcane Odyssey equivalent of the Illuminati, kinda. In addition to seeking out the sea curses, the Order is also capturing people with high amounts or strange amounts of magical power and experimenting on them. We don't know what those experiments were or what they were for, but we do know that the player is one of those experimented on, along with a companion of theirs named Morden.
You know, how is Iris actually, wait. Okay, wait, since Iris like didn't get freaking experimented on, wait, that makes me wonder if the frickin' order, like, if the order isn't just after magic prodigies, which could be very, very possible since, since it's not really the criteria for being someone that the order wants to go after isn't really clarified. Well, is anyone watching this? Nope. Time to continue doing this.
And that is where our story begins. So the player wakes up on Awakening Island, seemingly having lost their memory. They talk to Morden, who directs them to Redwake before he says he's going to try and do something, but we don't really know what just yet.
I mean, we do, because we can read his book, his journal.
After this, the player sets off on their adventure, and whether they decide to be a renowned
Okay, we know he knows the freaking story. Or, well, no, there's still room for
fights and defeats Iris, who is attacking the city of Frostmill in revenge for Ravenna
I don't know if I'd really call it a city.
capturing her
But that's more of a personal issue. Or I don't know if it'll be a personal issue, but that's a silly nitpick issue.
father. It's a good thing to
But hey, I'm probably going to be doing a lot of nitpicking in this video, mostly just for fun.
note that a lot of the islands here are controlled by Ravenna, or at least are supportive of the Ravenna government, which
or at least are supportive of the Ravenna government, chooses literally Ravenna itself.
is why she went here, because it's a Ravenna protectorate state, I guess, kind of thing. Yeah. The player does make amends with Iris, and they plan to meet again at Surus Island.
I thought I was on, frickin', like, waiting for something while on, I thought I was waiting for something while on, at Apollo Town.
Like she promised, the player meets her again at Surus Island, along with the characters of Ren and Navarro. They aren't super important right now, but they will be soon. Iris hears rumors of a strange hooded group dragging a bleeding man with a sword in his chest away, which the player tells Ren about.
By the way, frickin', well, this is a topic for another time. that I just thought of, so never mind.
and then proceeds to investigate. The group is revealed to be none other than the Order themselves, and the bleeding man was named Berenger. They captured him because he was
How's the correct way to pronounce that anyway? I've been saying Behringer, but hey, the fictional character. It's like how you pronounce Verdes or Verdes or whatever the frickin' plasma pirate giant captain is named.
in possession of the Cloud Curse, and more importantly, he knew the location of the most powerful curses of them all, the Death Curse. The player goes off to try and find Berenger at Ravenna's fortress, Fort Talos, and in the process, they meet Morden again at the Sailor's Lodge. He's also investigating Fort Talos and tags along during the exploration. He eventually
I mean, he's not investigating. Why am I doing this? Is part so nitpicky. This isn't even the part he really had struggle with. He knows what happened. And whatever. I'm gonna be overly nitpicky, but he wasn't investigating Fort Talos. He was really just investigating a strange ship he saw.
finds Berenger first, who tells Morden the location of the ultra-powerful Death Curse. Morden leaves to find it, while the player meets Ren again and defeats a high member of the Order of Aesir, General Argos. And then they bring
Fun fact: Argos is a Greek word, not a Latin one. So is actually specifically, it's the name of the boat that Jason and the Argonauts went on in their freaking myth to get like I think it was some golden wool for whatever reason. I don't really remember that myth. All I really remember is that was like kind of like the Avengers end game of Greek mythology, except it wasn't really like any sort of finale. It was just this big crossover.
down the entirety of Fort Talos. From here, the player goes out to investigate the Order's strange deep connections to Ravenna's government by
Oh, come on. You didn't even frickin' do the research to like figure out what Elias's theme is. Well, it's not that hard. It's called Ancestor Battle. I, it's like supposed to be Viking music. Forgot who made it, but search Ancestor Battle on YouTube and you'll find it.
heading to Ravenna. Here, they not only uncover the hidden, poor, and neglected underbelly of the kingdom, but are also discovered for their destruction of Fort Talos.
Uh, you, you know that whole underbelly thing is reminding me of what Winston Churchill called Italy during the Second World War, but that's really off topic.
And their killing of General Argos. They try to continue their investigation in secret, a wanted fugitive of Ravenna, but are defeated by a user of the Glass Curse, General Julian. The player is forced into the mines, where after talking to the other prisoners, they figure out the true
It doesn't look like a prisoner to me. Okay, that's such a dumb nitpick. I'm sorry, that feels.
identity of a High Lord in the Order, none other than King Calvus himself. After spending 1 month locked away in the mines, the player eventually.
By the way, I'm getting so off topic, but that frickin' trident is the most god awful, useless weapon I think I've ever seen. Like, sure, it has a little bit of arcanium in it, so that that gives it a little bit of use, but like not much, just considering how weirdly it's designed.
Is freed by their.
I mean, like it literally shows its weaknesses when Calvus tries to stab Navira with it, but ends up like like barely piercing through his armor. And yeah,
Their friends, Iris, Morden, their ship's designated captain, and Naviro.
no, that's a lie. It'll only Edward Kenton will like actually go into the mines with Morden and Iris and Naviro. Inzior, he's probably too old for that. Actually, actually, he's 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 pretty young by like wizard standards because I mean I'm obviously obviously Theos, you know, getting to like getting to like 800 years old is an exception, but like even so, I think it's common for wizards. Okay, Well, that's interesting, but whatever. What was I talking? Oh yeah, Naviro won't. I no, not Naviro. Inzior will not go into the mines with them
The group makes their way to the throne room,
if you have Inzior equipped, or if you don't, because he won't go into the mines with them.
but are attacked by both Bronze Legion soldiers and General Julian again. The player's friends stay behind to battle them, while Navarro and the player.
I mean, I don't really know if I'd call what Iris did a battle. I think that's more of just uh, just a massacre.
Confront King Calvus. King Calvus reveals that Navarro is the last prince of Wintervale, a kingdom which Ravenna seemingly destroyed.
I don't even know what I was gonna say. I just find it funny when this happens.
In the past. The king then knocks Navarro out and does battle with the player. Once defeated, in his dying breath, he tells the player the reason.
Well, he tries to kill Navarro, but his weapon is so god awful that he can only shoot Navarro into the ceiling with ether magic, and sort of poke his torso enough to draw a little bit of blood.
Why they and Morden were captured, something to do with their bloodlines, releasing some sort of power that's been locked away for centuries. Regardless, after the king's death,
Oh, by the way, if Navarro got a freaking concussion from being, shot into the ceiling, then I have shortened his lifespan by so much during that freaking escape sequence.
the player and their friends
Yeah, and looks like this person is doing
are
it too.
forced
You're not supposed to be rolled like that when you have a concussion, from what I understand.
to flee Ravenna.
I mean, I bet this was also really loud. Yeah, yeah, that was not. Call me crazy, but this sort of high action stuff isn't good for concussions.
And take refuge on Windrow Island, where the player meets Ren again, revealing his name to be Warren. Warren tells the player that they are ready to undergo what is called an awakening, but first they must do some meditation. Once the player finishes their meditation quest, they hear a strange voice from the heavens telling them to go.
Not from the heavens. I mean, okay, depending on your sort of beliefs, maybe. I don't know if Poseidon would go to heaven when he dies, but yeah, whatever. That was a dumb joke. This was a dumb bit that I just paused the video to do. How long have I been going on at this point? This is absurd. Whatever. Let's continue.
To Mount Othrys to receive a full awakening. Once there, the player locates
Yo, he pronounced Othrys correctly. Yay.
the temple where they communicate with the spirit of Poseidon, who awakens the power inside them. After the awakening, the player returns to their friends, where Navarro goes off to try and help the fractured kingdom of Ravenna, and Warren goes off to learn more about the Order. The player, Morden, and Iris prepare for their journey to the Nimbus Sea, where they will try to stop an impending war. And that is where our story leaves off for now.
Oh, this is the juicy part. This is the frickin' juicy part of this video. That is basically the whole reason why I included it in this playlist. I mean, I think he figured out his mistakes and made like a follow-up video where he actually sums up the lore of this universe, like the lore of like before this game. That being said, he does a really watered down and oversimplified version, uh, which I have mixed feelings on, but whatever. I'm not here to talk about that, or at least not yet. I don't know if that's in this playlist. I'm here to mock him for his mistakes here, even though he knows what's wrong with it. Wait.
Now that I finished the recap,
Oh, I thought that would be frickin'. I thought frickin' Rules of Nature was Rules of Nature was about to play. I need to stop pausing this video. This must be agonizing to watch.
I want to present some theories that I have regarding the story and where it may go. Firstly, I've been thinking about why in the world the sea curses are called, well, sea curses, as
I don't really know either.
the oceans themselves have had very little to do with the story and really only add to the gameplay. But some of Poseidon's dialogue in the Temple of Awakening made me think, what if, during the humans' invasion of Mount Olympus, where they force the gods to make the sea curses.
Oh, wait, he knows about that. Clap for him. I don't know if anyone is watching this god awful stream at this point. Wait, let me check. Nope, no one's watching it. Someone, you guys should watch it. That would be cool. Uh,
Poseidon was the one who flooded the earth in order to keep them from humanity.
that's just not what happened. We all know this. If you've like, no, it's just not what happened. There isn't much to say here.
The oceans really did seem to come out of nowhere in the series, and it's said that Olympus used to be in the War Seas.
Wait, how do you know about that freaking blurb? If you haven't, if this the for you that recorded this video at the time you recorded it did not know about the lore doc.
So it kind of makes sense. Not to mention, it is very in character for Poseidon to flood things, since he is the god of the ocean. But that's just an explanation for why the game is ocean-based.
It's not. It's not. That's not what happened. Durza frickin' freaked out and used all the magics and curses he had stolen to nuke the world, and that uh frickin' liquefy to that frickin' I don't know, must have liquefied the tectonic plates. Anyway, the remainder of life ended up on these little islands that were sort of rearranged. All and these islands were in the middle of this horribly polluted hellscape of an ocean known as the Dark Sea.
It doesn't really explain the Order's true goals. We know that it
How would that explain the Order's true goal?
involves capturing those of a specific blood type, that either they're super magical or they have the ability to use sea curses.
They have the ability to use sea curses. That's no, no. Basically, anyone I'm pretty sure has the ability to use sea curses. I mean, whether they have, whether they can, stay sane while using them, that's a bit of a different story. But I if like okay, my personal theory is that like the protagonist of Arcane Odyssey and Morden were were are like are descended from gods, which would make sense because listen, I don't know what Vitex's interpretation of Zeus is gonna be, but and I really hope it's not that stupid benevolent old and wise Zeus, because I really hope it's a jerk Zeus in some form because I hate the freaking overused benevolent Zeus interpretation. But basically, in actual Greek mythology, Zeus had a lot of kids with a lot of different women. Sometime, a lot of times, not consensually. Uh, yeah. Actually, that's like the way most myths would start. Either actually, yeah, a lot of them would either start with either someone goes to an oracle and learns a freaking story about how about something bad that's going to happen and they can't avoid it, or Zeus has a kid with someone. Actually, there's one that I think is a combination of both.
As shown by Morden and the player. However, once again, based on Poseidon's dialogue here, he really seems to be implying that the player is of godly origin.
Okay, wait, no, I actually have the theory too.
Combined with the fact that King Calvus didn't really elaborate when he talked about people of their blood, and the fact that Poseidon says to like do better than them,
Do better than them. Yeah, that definitely is referring to do better than like that, telling the player to freaking do better than, you know, both the gods and possibly the one-shot pirates who, killed people and plundered them and whatnot, and the Greek gods who were all just horrible people. And in this game, even frickin' Prometheus is kind of seems to be kind of awful. You know, freaking Prometheus, the guy who in Greek mythology is basically Jesus.
Do better
So if Prometheus is off, it could be, you know, kind of awful. Then I can't imagine how bad some of the other ones are.
than us. It kind of makes it sound like he's talking about them when he's also talking about the gods, which is
I mean, yeah, the Greek gods were awful. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he wanted, you know, people to do better than them after, you know, seeing all the things he has.
very interesting. I don't think the player is actually a god. That would be ridiculous, but
I mean, I mean, do do do, do you know what happened in the Arcane Adventure? What was supposed to happen in Arcane Adventures? Because that's kind of what was supposed to happen in that game.
I wonder if they have some sort of god-related origin. Whatever.
I mean, yeah, like frickin' Zeus, you know, getting getting in the the, the the naughty mood and doing doing it with their ancestors, with the protagonist's ancestors.
Ends up being, I'm not going to pretend to know. There is, however, a loose
That's my personal theory. You know, this has devolved into comparing theories. Uh,
end from Arcane
this is Why is this devolving so much?
Adventures that I would like to see explored in Odyssey. And I think with the rules of
Do you understand those loose ends? Mr. Poseidon flooded the earth? I mean, okay, well, you do eventually, but you still give a very watered down explanation.
this world established, it could receive an explanation. In Arcane Adventures, and as previously talked about on this channel, the main bad guy is a mage named Durza.
Oh, he doesn't know what happened. He doesn't know.
Who possessed the power of the absorption curse and used it to be a menace to the seven.
How does he? What?
Seas. According to the lore, he was defeated just 1 month prior.
Wait, how do you simultaneously know the lore and not know the lore?
To the events of Odyssey, and as established in this game, when a curse user dies, the curse shoots out of their body and lands somewhere, unless it's absorbed by a devourer blade. But Durza wasn't stabbed with one, he killed himself, meaning his curse is still out there, and possibly with all the magic he stole. Could the Order come in contact with Durza's curse, and could this possibly be their ultimate goal? Probably not. Calva says the curse hunting thing was more of only his doing to make Ravenna stronger, but it does certainly make you wonder what happened to the absorption curse.
I mean, I think the Peacekeeper is trying to frickin' find it, but who knows?
But anyways, that's all I've got for this video. If you enjoyed it, be
sure. Wait, this is the same guy. This is when he actually gets things right. Okay, this is that watered down explanation I was talking about. Oh, hey, I have one viewer. Hello. Hello, I see you there. You can't escape me. I know what happens. This is the watered down explanation of the Arcane Universe lore. So let's do this one because there are some little things that bug me here.
Egal welcher Look, Braun bietet mühelose Präzision für deinen Style. Mit dem neuen Bartrimmer 9. Ein Look wie fresh vom Barber. Mit Präzision und 100% Kontrolle. Oder dem Series...
Yeah, also I'm currently in Germany. So yeah. Oh, the one viewer just left. I think I scared them away.
What do you think the strongest magic in Arcane Odyssey is? Some
It's a magic.
might say something simple like metal or lightning magic. Some may be
Both of those are magic.
a bit more clever to say aether or even phoenix magic, but no.
I mean, actually, I would say that one might say Promethean fire, but then no, that's putting way too much faith in these people's intelligence, or well, what they know, or no, not their intelligence. Sorry, their obsession with the lore or lack thereof.
The most powerful and feared magic with powers to destroy even entire kingdoms and countries, the sea crystals.
yes, those are definitely magics. Like, yeah, okay. This is a silly nitpick, but sea curses are different from magics. I mean, they are like the power of magics, like, but so much better and so much purer. But they are not. You can't really That's not really a good way to compare the two.
What are Seekers to begin with? Well, for you Arcane Adventure veterans, you might remember them as it was the Peacekeeper's goal of destroying or obtaining all the Seekers.
Yeah, yeah, guys, remember when VTEX finished that part of Arcane Adventures? Where like VTEX made Arcane Adventures to the point that the Peacekeeper, you know, like kills Hades and whatnot, and like learns how to destroy sea curses. I'm sorry, but it's that might be a bit too nitpicky, but yeah, that's not something Arcane Adventures veterans are gonna remember.
And the Peacekeeper was the name for you, the player, in Arcane Adventures.
Arcane. I can understand why the subtitle. I can understand why the subtitles would make that mistake there.
The other key thing about the curses is that they are basically a type of magic for each type of basic, lost,
I mean, I guess. Yeah.
or ancient
I just had a little wording issue, but yeah.
magic when those get
And more. There's also the freaking Tide Curse and the Energy Curse. I don't know if the Growth Curse is like the Tide Curse equivalent of, you know, of a of is I don't know if the Growth Curse is the same sort of in between external and, you know, normal normal elemental sea curse that like the Tide Curse and Energy Curse supposedly are, but or if the Growth Curse or if like plant magic has been renamed to growth magic. Either one is possible.
added, such as fire, wind, or lightning. But once a
What? Wait, what? I'm sorry.
ancient magic when those get added, such as fire.
What do you mean such? Oh, okay, I don't know. This is probably just poor wording on his part, but fire,
Wind or lightning. But
yeah, those are my favorite lost in ancient magics. This.
once obtained, these sea curses give immense power one could only dream of obtaining. Basically,
I mean, unless it's the cloud curse, that there is almost no way you could really hurt someone with a cloud, like being a cloud or throwing a cloud projectile at them. Yeah.
like taking the stats for something simple like water magic, but making that 100 times stronger for the sea curse. However, there are some clear exceptions to that rule, like the growth or absorption curse, which don't really fall under a basic magic.
That's not why they're external curses. They are external curses because they are abstract concepts or abilities, not a substance that you can turn into.
Which
Though that being said, that's also kind of why they're, not magics. Or the fact that they don't have a corresponding base magic, or a corresponding magic, that's also part of it, but yeah.
are more known as external curses. Sea curses mainly appear in the world as large cubes of pure magic, and when touched, the curse user would become one with their element, which grants immortality from natural death. Additionally, when absorbed, sea curses are unable.
By the way, this guy, in case you're wondering, this guy purely uses wikis for his research.
Able to be separated from the user until they die, with some notable exceptions.
I don't really know if there's any notable exception. I mean, okay, you're not gonna survive getting stabbed by a Devour Blade, and maybe if Durza like absorbed your Seekers and then decided not to kill you, maybe. But I don't really know if that would really work. Why is this popping up here? Hold up, let me fix this. Okay, there, it's gone.
And with all that, let's talk about every single sea curse we at least know at the moment.
He's not gonna cover all of them. or he's gonna do it poorly.
First one is obviously Mordin, whose title is literally the Curse Thief. He was basically able to get the information on where the Death Curse was in the also feared Dark Sea and obtained it before Calvus could. We haven't got too much information or a showcase of how the Death Curse.
No, we do. He can turn. No, okay, we do. He can turn into and manipulate a substance that we call death. That's it. That's it. I don't know what this death substance does. All I know is that I really wouldn't want to touch it.
Would function all that much, but by the wiki, it states that the curse could allow the user to conjure.
And okay, they could conjure and manipulate death at will and turn into death because like this weird substance, not like the freaking Grim Reaper or whatever. But like and okay, this is a weird, this weird pet peeve of mine. And you're gonna see why this is so much of a pet peeve of mine later.
Manipulate death at will. Next we got the Cloud Curse, whose user was formerly a Bringer before getting the curse removed by Argus's Devourer.
I really wonder if those stupid little things, if those are like required for the Devourer to function as a Devourer, or if those are just some stupid thing, because like that is the most inefficient thing you could give a sword. Yeah, it would hurt. Maybe it makes it a good torture weapon, but keep in mind the thing that makes torture weapons good is that they're inefficient. It that whole thing, no, that's dumb. That just makes it harder to stab people. Like unless I get that Argos has like the strength to like stab Behringer properly with that, but still kind of a dumb sort or design.
Which plot twist has the ability to remove a curse from its user. Unfortunately, we haven't really gotten to see what the curse could really do in game, but all we know is that the curse allows one to control and
here it says that it allows the user to transform into clouds, but not with the frickin' death curse. This makes me mad. That's all I have to say.
Manipulate and transform into clouds. Being able to transform into clouds makes me have no idea how Bringer could have gotten kidnapped with a power like that.
Because the frickin' the curse bane thing, the Bargers's Devour, that's that's specifically designed to stab. Oh wait, he doesn't know about the frickin' the whole frickin' ruptured balls. Okay, but I don't think I think Stupid Storm might not know about the whole curse users being immune to physical damage and only being able to take damage from magical sources. Those sources include like fighting styles, um, and weapon auras, because frickin' and also souls. So because you know we can't just have magic classes frickin' fighting. What, you get the point.
But hey, whatever. Next we got General Julian, who has the Glass Curse. We've gotten to see a bit of its power, which allows the user to conjure.
You know what I do like about Julian? He actually sort of shows you how like even a sea curse user that transforms into a solid is immune to physical damage.
And manipulate and
You see, it says transform with Julian, but not with Morgan for some stupid reason. Okay, sorry.
Which though sounds pretty stupid and weak on paper, when shown in game can be considerably powerful.
I mean, yeah, there's a reason people tell you not to break glass.
Finally, we have the Growth Curse, whose user is Randall, the tree man you might know him as. All we see at the moment is that Randall can turn himself.
Okay, this is just an unrelated. This isn't a gripe with this video, but the growth curse is not an external curse. I want to make that real clear, real quick. It is an elemental curse. Rin literally says that frickin' that frickin' Randall can, turn into plants, and that therefore it is not a frickin' external curse, no matter what other abilities it has.
Into a tree. Yeah, it sounds stupid, but the properties of the curse states that it allows the user to control and transform into forms of nature, like trees or grass. So with the
No, this guy isn't calling it an external curse, but other people do, and it's not. I just want to make that real clear.
canonically proven sea curses, we now have the possible curse users.
Possible curse users. There's just one possible curse user, and then there's a curse user whose curse we don't know yet, but we have like
people who we suspect have sea curses but aren't proven or disproven yet. First, we have Ren, or Warren, one of the side characters in Arcane Odyssey you might encounter, who possibly might have the Inferno Curse, which would allow the user to utilize and transform into blue fire, which is much more intense than any type of fire in the universe. Additionally, the curse is one of the 5 grand fire curses.
I bet this guy has no clue what that means.
Then we have Nero Caesar, the first king of Ravenna,
who, like the actual Nero, committed genocide. Or at least, well, the actual Nero tried to. This Nero successfully committed genocide, or mostly successfully.
whose possible curse we don't know all that
We know it was blue and maybe kind of black.
much about, but all we know is that this sea curse allows Caesar to completely eradicate Wintervale, a rival kingdom of Ravenna. However, we are able to see a bit of whatever the sea curse Caesar had in our fight against King Galvus IV, where in his
God, oh my God, yeah, that trident has such a stupid design. Like, wow, yeah, no wonder people survive getting stabbed by that thing.
boss phase, Calvus reveals he's going to use a fraction of his grandfather's power, noting that Calvus probably had some of that sea curse somehow passed down to him.
Sea curse smell? Sea curse smell? What does he mean? Oh God, I really hope he doesn't mean sea curse spell. But whatever.
With that, we've gone through all the sea curses for Arcane Odyssey specific.
By the way, the two sort of possible frickin' sea curses that Galvus that Nero could have had, we've lowered it down to the Death Curse or the Apocalypse Bringer Curse.
Specifically. However, if we stop tunnel visioning on Arcane Odyssey, we can discover a crap ton of other sea.
Wait, does everyone use the frickin' voice splicing sort of technique that I use, since I stutter and like, well, I mean, you guys are watching this, you know how much I'm struggling at doing sentences right.
Sea curses, notably outside of Arcane Odyssey, so buckle in because there's a whole lot. The Absorption Curse, whose user was formerly Durza, until you, the Peacekeeper in Arcane Adventures, absorbed after killing Durza. This curse allows one to absorb the energy from others and allows the user to steal magics and sea curses from fallen enemies. Okay, lightning round. These type of curses are kind of the basic magic version, so I'm gonna just go through these fairly quickly. The Fire Curse, absorbed by Rubin formerly. The Magma Curse, absorbed by Tringo the Volcano. Fire Curse, absorbed by Rubin formerly. The Magma Curse, absorbed by Tringo the Volcano.
He actually called him Tringo. Oh my God. Trigno. Tringo. This is a silly thing to get mad about, but Tringo is so much harder to take serious. The word Tringo is so much harder to take seriously than Trigno. I mean, that being said, Trigno sounds like trigonometry, but well, actually, I have no clue whether or not I've taken trigonometry, and but yeah.
Volcano. The Light Curse, absorbed by Averil the Shining Knight.
I want Did he call him the Shining Knight? Okay. Good, good, good. Good job. Good job. I'm glad you noticed your mistake. I wonder how you pronounce that name.
The Ice Curse, the Blaze Curse, and the Tide Curse, which allows one to control
He forgot the energy curse.
entire oceans, and the Energy Curse, which allows one to control entire oceans, and the
What
energy.
happened here? He buddy, I feel like you need to work on your editing or your freaking organization if you forgot to do this.
Curse, which allows one to never run out of stamina. All these curses are owned by Arthur, the Cursebeard, which are all up.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, there aren't really images of Cursebeard. I mean, there are obviously fan-made ones, but they aren't official. I mean, I use them anyway, cause I like having a picture of the people. But yeah, yeah. Also, but yeah.
Obtained by forcing Prometheus to create the sea curses. Okay, speed round over, let's get back to the more interesting curses. The Promethean Flame Curse, originally owned by Murak Creed, formerly, which allows one to control and transform into white Promethean flames, considered to be the strongest curse in existence.
Yeah, except for, of course, you know, the Lazarus and frickin' Absorption Curse, potentially. But, like, I guess it...
Then finally we have the Lazarus Curse, which is owned by Friedrich, which allows a user upon death to revive and multiply in power. And with that, now you know a bit more on the true power of sea curses. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. And I'll...
Okay. What's this?
The Arcane universe is based on a twist in Greek mythology. The outcome...
Actually, that's one thing I want to mention. I don't really know if I'd call it a twist in Greek mythology, because it's a bit more than that. Like, by the time Prometheus freaking gives humanity... Okay, it's the year 0. Like, it's freaking... the year that Jesus was supposed to be born. Instead of that happening, Prometheus gave humanity magic. I don't know how, like, historically, how, like, similar the history before that is to ours, like, other than there being some Greek mythology, but also, like, aside from Prometheus giving humanity magic instead of fire, I mean, also humanity's considerably advanced at that point, but nothing super special, but still, like, advanced enough to survive on their own. What was I? Oh yeah, Prometheus also doesn't have his gift of foresight and is pretty different than he was in actual Greek mythology, from what it seems. So yeah, I don't really like it when people say it's based on a twist in Greek mythology. No, it's not really. I get that VTech himself. Oh hey, new viewer, hello.
Of Prometheus giving humans the gift of magic.
Going through this frickin' playlist and frickin' rating these videos
Instead of fire. Other than this twist and Greek mythology existing,
I really want to know to what extent that is Zeus as horny in Arcane Odyssey as he was in Greek mythology? This is the important question, folks.
There are no other fantasy elements to this universe that cannot be explained through the existence of magic. Before there was Earth, there was the universe, where magic originally came from. The origin of magic is a malevolent and evil force known as chaos, and varying amounts of it are spread all throughout the universe. This energy...
Wait, is this from before Arcane Odyssey came out? I'm not gonna do the math on that. You can do it. I think it is, though.
Is someone sentient, can be manifested through evil thoughts, and heavily attracted to pure evil beings. The power...
No wonder the freaking Greek gods were able to be so powerful.
And reach of chaos is ever expanding.
I don't know if that's the reason. That's just a joke. Because the Greek gods were awful people.
Much like dark matter in our own.
God, I freaking wish Randall would let me read those freaking books.
Universe. Chaos cannot be directly controlled. The War Ages, Year 1. These are what the times before magic are referred to as. Since a lot of wars have been documented back to this time period, the War Ages counted just like normal years, but are essentially the same as BC in our world. These ages lasted for exactly 1,000 years, as this is the furthest back they have been traced. More about this time period will be revealed in Arcane Odyssey.
Okay, I hope it is. I really hope it is. I want to know more about it.
People in this time period did not refer to their era as the War Ages.
I mean, I think that's...
As this was the name given to it in the future.
Wait,
in Year 1, humans were given magic. The golden age of magic.
I think you might be just straight up reading the lore doc. Let me frickin' figure this out. Wait, I know, wait. See, lore document. Please just give... Where is it? Here. Is it linked here? Is it linked here? Please? Please? Where the frick is... There it frickin' is. Haha. Is he just straight up reading... Yeah, he's just straight up reading the friggin' lore document. Yup, Tringo. Yup, that's something someone said. Anyway, Mimir Island lore, since that guy's just explaining... He's just saying the lore document. Let's frickin' wait for this, you know, to frickin'... I'm in Germany, so I can't, like, I don't have another device to look at my frickin' this,
with some
the chat with.
It was a good job with at the end of the video. Today, we're back with some lore again. And this time, it's about an island called Mimi.
God, wait, okay, first sin. First frickin' sin on the list. Mimir Island. Oh yeah. It's a developer joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. Okay. Okay.
Near island. If you don't really have a clue,
I find it hilarious that people are like taking it so seriously. But yeah.
This island is, no problem, because almost nobody does. But that's why I'm here. I did my research and tried to gather up as much information on this island that I really could to figure out what this island could really be. And before we get into this, I would greatly appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. But let's get into it. From what we know, it's supposedly a legendary island that is supposed to be added later on in the updates.
Sure, yes. Not at all a developer joke. Nope, nope. It's nothing like Jack Edo or Beppis.
Within the Dark Sea. But obviously, I couldn't stop there. Recently, a player actually reached that island by accident, glitching himself, which flung him in the air an insane amount.
No, this video has been disproved.
Instead of resetting, he allowed himself to fall down for a while, just to see what would happen. When he was flung, he actually got flung to the Dark Sea and never went insane or nor took damage, which was weird by itself. After falling what felt like forever, I mean the video was at like 100x speed, bro. He got close to the ground and got a pop-up that said,
Yup. You see the problem with it, aside from it maybe having different resolution than the rest of the video, it appears, that whole thing appears at once, but like in the actual game, that the like name of the place appears, then the frickin' description.
Mimir Island, the legends are true, and immediately died after that. But in the video there was no island. And you might have watched that and thought, there really isn't enough information to proceed with this, right? Wrong. For me it was plenty. First thing we need to understand is where he was.
And also the fact that this video is is fake.
As when he was flung. He has a quest mark that was shown for a few seconds, which gives us a sight of how far he was flung up. And in that split second, it was over 20,000 feet. The quest is to defeat Arish Vista, which was a mage on the Sky Island, and that gave us an idea of where he was. But we can get back to that later. The next clue will be him pulling out his map. Unfortunately, we couldn't see where he was, but we could see where he wasn't. Nowhere inside or near the Bronze Sea at all, which confirms that this is 100% in the Dark Sea. And right before dying, there was the island's theme music that played when he reached Mimir Island. I listened to all the soundtracks of every other island that I could find, but none matched up with what was played at Mimir Island. But there was some that were similar, but had obvious differences. Those few that were similar was Redwake's theme music and Palos Town's theme music. Coming to a dead end, I decided to look around the forum. I looked for a few comments and found a screenshot that showed Mimir Island being finished. I
have considered in the past just making a video with incorrect instructions on how to get to Mimir Island and sending people on just the dumbest goose chase ever. Mimir Island, yeah, that's fine. But I you know, let's say I decided not to because of moral reasons, and not that I was too lazy to. Let's say that.
I decided to look at the trailer myself and found out this was actually fake, but it does show that the island might not be finished.
No, that's probably fake.
Which was the reason why I wasn't shown when he had the pop-up show up. The thing that I was confused about the most was that the forum section about Mimir Island was locked. And the main thing was just a video, which is a little meme of just Whitebeard saying, you know, the One Piece is real, and he's saying like the Mimir Island is real.
Yeah, that's basically the lore behind this island. That's it.
Can't show it because of copyright, but we really haven't gone in depth on what Mimir Island is. But with the information that we gathered up, I would say an island we will hear about a lot throughout the storyline.
Sure we will. Sure. You know, after hearing that, now I'm wondering if this video might be like a joke. If this guy like intentionally like lying to us for the funny.
Should be a legendary island not many have stepped on, only legendary people, and might have all the answers we're looking for, like curses, Warren's curse, and what causes insanity.
Yeah.
But if you guys have information you think will be important, feel free to comment it.
Sure, yeah, I've been to Mimir Island. There's a boss called Jackito there that you can fight to get the legendary Bepis curse. Yeah, Dark History of Ravenna.
Arcane Odyssey is a game practically bursting at the seams with lore, so it's no
I forgot what this guy's voice sounded like.
wonder why, even after summarizing the entire lore of the series, I feel it necessary to talk more about the game.
Wait, what does that have to do with frickin' Arcane Odyssey? That's like an entirely different genre. Oh, wait, no, I think I understand. I think he took screenshots of those two, but that just happened to be in the middle. And he didn't really feel like removing it, which I guess that's understandable.
Because there's just so much lore to talk about, it's just amazing. Anyways, in today's video, we'll be diving particularly into something that I neglected to talk about in the previous video, that being the deep dark history of Ravenna. So without further ado, be sure to like and...
I gotta say, you know, Ravenna is so much less impressive than Rome, despite having magic and frickin' nukes. Like, the horrible things that have happened in Rome, the sort of architectural feats of Rome that, you know, we're done without magic. There's so much the freaking ridiculous politics, the ridiculous political stuff that happened in Rome. All of that is somehow crazier than this fictional place with magic. I just find that kind of funny. It's kind of like how Rome's political scene was weirder than Star Wars's. Yeah. Actually, I was at Rome a week ago. Then I went to Florence, which, God, that has like that's like the lamest frickin' name.
and subscribe, and let's jump into it. Alright, so before we really get into the many crimes of the Kingdom of Ravenna, we first need to exclude all bad things that they did while under the thumb of the Order of Aesir. They weren't actions taken because they wanted to, but because the Kingdom of the Bronze was under the thumb of the Order's High Lords and their plans. So while
No, Calvus definitely wanted the frickin' death curse. Whether or not he wanted to kill people for it, I don't know. Kidnap and kill people, to be specific.
the killing of Berenger, Iris's father, and the 30 other prisoners, the hunt for the death curse, and the experimentation on the player and Morden are truly awful, terrible things, they were actions undertaken and done by the Order, and not necessarily by Ravenna or for their own personal gain or anything like that. However, this does not absolve Ravenna of many crimes that they have committed.
It's really one big crime, but it is a really big crime. That being said, if both this version of Ravenna and the Roman Empire were being tried for war crimes, this Nero and the other Nero were being tried. The other Nero would probably get in a lot more trouble, like the real Nero, or.
For example, let's tackle the obvious first. They have a long-running network of slave tunnels underneath the castle.
I forgot about that. Slavery in the Roblox game.
So forcing political opponents and other undesirables to work for them as servants for the rest of their days. Not only that, King Calvus is the only king to be under the thumb of the Order of Aesir. But despite this, we can assume that the whole Tiberian neglect situation that we see in the storyline, we can assume that.
Okay, I was gonna make another joke about how awful the frickin' Triesta of Bronze is, like, realistically, but I've made that joke 1,000 times at this point.
The whole Tiberian neglect situation that we see in the storyline has been something that's been going on since before even Calvus was around.
I wonder why they neglect Tiberia. It's like such a random thing. And we're not really given an explanation for it other than, oh, hey, they just are neglecting Tiberia. We don't know why, but they are. Yeah.
According to the dialogue there.
Yup, genocide and nuclear bombs. Legalized nuclear bombs. That's what I bet that whole legalized nuclear bombs thing is what Nero Caesar would say at his frickin' war crime trial.
But those are just small potatoes in comparison to the largest crime, the destruction of the Kingdom of Wintervale. For those who don't know, Wintervale was essentially the main kingdom of the Bronze Sea before Ravenna was founded, and a war was fought against them for control of the region. Eventually, Calvus's ancestors said enough was enough and used an unknown but super powerful curse magic to obliterate.
It was either, by the way, it was probably either the death curse or the apocalypse bringer curse.
The entire kingdom. The only thing that remained.
But we don't know. And it could be some curse which has a corresponding magic that we don't even know about.
So. Was the island that would eventually become Accursius Keep.
Why does that place look creepier than I remember?
In some sick, twisted form of irony, Ravenna created the keep on the ashes of the old capital. And based on the notes and lore that we can find in the area, the keep...
the notes are where the irony sort of comes.
It was used as a holdout point to hold and exterminate all survivors of Wintervale's destruction.
Wait. Ascurius Keep was frickin' Ravenna's version of Auschwitz? Why is that a sentence that I have said? That I'm talking about a role.
Leaving the only survivor to be the last prince, Neviro. Things got so bad that it was implied that the gods themselves had to intervene, destroying the keep due to the horrendous things.
No, not really the gods. Mostly just the gods are long dead, but mostly, he probably does that. He probably figured that out by the time he released this video. But it's chaos being attracted to evil. I think chaos came so late though because of the fact that I think that might have had to do with what's his name, with Durza freaking blowing up and attracting chaos to the earth. The war seas have continents also? Like, wait, what do you mean? Did the war seas have? What do you mean? Did the war seas have continents? Like you mean before? If you mean before, before frickin', give me a second. If you are asking about if the war seas had continents before Durza's leg got burned off and he freaked out and ruined the planet, then yeah, then I mean, yeah, I guess everywhere had continents, but I mean, yeah, I mean, like, I mean, we don't know where on the Earth the war seas are, but like, yeah, continents would be like where continents are. I mean, like, it's a bit of a weird question, kind of, but like, I mean, okay, that's not the one that's hard to answer because I mean, we don't really know the answer to that, I guess, but that's not because, but that's because we don't know where on Earth, where on like our Earth, the war seas would be. So yeah.
Ravenna was doing there. Now, the key
That being said, though, continent all yeah, I'm pretty sure there were the standard continents before there's before there's a panicked.
keep truly lives up to its name, the cursed remains of an abandoned dungeon, with nothing remaining but a blood moon in the sky and the echoes of the past. Now, we don't really know which gods in particular were the ones who destroyed
We do. It's chaos.
Accursi.
And it's more of a like a sort of force, a sort of weird kind of sentient force than a god.
Keep. It could have been Hades, but he was busy with Durza.
Wait, how do you know about Hades? I'm not gonna question it at this point.
Or it could have been Poseidon, but he was also busy with Arthur the Cursebeard.
Poseidon and with Durza.
So we don't truly know who was the one responsible, and I doubt.
I mean, I feel like it's a kind of a combination between well, okay, listen, the reason that it's all weird and creepy now, that's chaos.
It's really important, but all you need to know is that you probably shouldn't take Navarro here. So yeah.
Wait. Oh. Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today, or whenever I have Navarro on my boat next time I play this game. I have an idea.
Conclusion, despite being under the thumb of the Order, Ravenna is a truly sickening and disturbing place. Probably one of the most
Still
evil things
compared to ancient. I know it's not a contest, but yeah.
I've ever seen in a Roblox game, if I'm being totally honest.
I mean, yeah, that could be pretty accurate though.
Maybe after this video, you won't feel so bad about sinking those Bronze Legion ships.
I mean, actually, those are like, I mean, those people might not know about it though. Okay, Morton's story. Have I watched any of this guy's videos before? I don't know. Yeah. I want to frickin' see what happens when we take Navarro to spooky place. I forgot. Yeah.
Nice, and today we're going to be reading over Morden's journal. Now, this is something a lot of people haven't paid attention to, but I think it's really cool because it shows a bit more of the story, and it really shows you how good of a character Morden is. I think he's quite a really lovely one, so let's get into it then. Morden's journal, volume 1. 18 pages, let's go. Day 1. Picked up this journal right when...
Wait, where is this guy sailing? I'm kind of concerned that he's not looking where he's going, but whatever. He's just gonna read the frickin' thing. Arcane Reborn Lore. Oh, yeah, there's a really particular... There's, like, one detail in this video that bugged me.
The Arcane... After an insane battle which destroyed 3 islands, Reuben was finally killed. Afterwards, Trigno would bid the player farewell and sail into the open sea, stating that he wants no part in the war that lies ahead. The player also becomes ridiculously powerful in this portion of the game, finally unlocking their full potential. Now, all these events do occur in Arcane Reborn, but they occur in the third sea.
Okay, yeah, that's my problem. They don't occur in the third sea in Arcane Reborn. They Rupin Rupin doesn't get killed in the third sea. The player doesn't mutate their third mind. They get their third mind, but they didn't have that. They would need to have it to mutate it. What else? What else was I saying? Frickin' what else? What the hell else was I saying? I mean, no, there's probably not continents in the Dark Sea. Uh, uh, I mean, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I have no clue what to expect from the Dark Sea. But I don't think there's gonna be continents there or whatever. Are you freaking correcting like my speech? Because if that sounds like an exhausting task. But whatever. Yeah, yeah. Okay. What?
All these events do occur in Arcane Reborn,
Not yet. They don't.
but they occur in the third.
Okay, that's just a little nitpick I had. Do I freaking? I mean, no. That's just the. I don't. That doesn't really. Is this just wait?
The Arcane universe is based on a
No, it's another freaking just reading this. I mean, I can't really blame them. I'm probably gonna do the same thing for Morden in my cursed users video, but whatever. Here, what's this?
Zu Hause. Das ist dieser.
What's the? I mean, well, I don't really know if. Oh, okay. I don't really. I wait. What did that guy at Sailors? Okay, I know that that guy from Sailors Lodge mentioned the Leviathan, and he mentioned the epicenter, where frickin' Theos and Durza frickin' had their final battle that broke the world. But I don't really think there would be continents there, as especially not there, because magic ruins and whatnot. What time is it? I don't even know. It's wait. Oh wait, no, it's 11:46. Whatever. I'm gonna continue. Let's frickin' wait. I think this might have been a sure. Whatever. Let's watch this.
Have you guys ever wondered where the timeline of Arcane Odyssey is? I'm gonna explain that in this video. But before we do start the video, make sure you subscribe and like the video, because this did take a long time to make, and so that you can be reminded of when I post next. But without further ado, the timeline of Arcane Odyssey. We can't talk about Arcane Odyssey without talking about Arcane Adventures and the magics that were available at the time of Arcane Adventures. There are only
Have I watched this? I don't know if I've watched this guy before or not, but if he is the person I'm thinking of, then he will brace yourself.
7 total elements that were usable within the world of Arcane Adventure.
Okay, actually that is like a correct detail, so it might not be the person I was thinking of.
The elements being water, fire, earth, wind, lightning, and light and dark. Even
I have no clue what shadow like actually is, but yeah, it's there. It's there along with like they're the real substances.
though there were only 7 elements, there were still adequate magic users that could use a higher tier of their magic. Examples being plasma, magma, and phoenix magic. But for the most part, it was simple. You only had one magic, and at that
I mean, not when people started mutating. No, 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 no. People had more magics.
you only had one variation of that magic. In the future, in World
Oh, wait, what? I mean, yeah, there was only one variation, but yeah.
Magic in Arcane Odyssey, you can choose from different types of magic than before. Examples being plasma, magma, poison.
Different. Oh, I guess he's talking about like how they aren't mutations anymore.
Ash, and explosion, and even more. You can even change the variation of your magic and abilities at will, showing the advancement of.
I mean, not at will. That's not really something people can do at will, I don't think. I think that's just sort of what they have when they're born or whatever. I don't know.
The world after Arcane Adventures, within World of Magic and Arcane Odyssey.
Oh, wait, I think this is where this guy screwed up.
In Arcane Adventures, there was not much influence.
Yup, this is, he, actually, funny story about this guy. Well, it has to be bigger if there are continents in the Dark Sea, which there. Oh yeah. I actually asked him if he actually read the lore document. It turned out he hadn't. Uh, and then and then I like linked it. Um. Uh. Yeah. Oh yeah. This guy, like, this is like, it's not that this guy like did a poor job reading the lore document in this video. It's that he genuinely hadn't read it. Um, yeah, but the confusion was cleared up. Uh, but hey, I had to suffer through watching this video once, so now you do too. Guy with the Jesus profile picture.
Influential figures. The only figure that really stood out was Theos. The War Phoenix is what he went by, and it seemed that he was the most strongest. But in his stories, in one of the stories he tells us, he mentions of somebody else that was just as strong as him. That they fought it out, and that the fight that they fought,
Yeah, completely ignore Cursebeard.
broke the world. Even though we were standing in the world that he fought in, it's
He said broke, not destroyed.
still means that
This why am I correcting it? I know this video is really inaccurate, and I cleared up the confusion with this guy here, but whatever. Let's freaking continue.
the war that they fought in basically set the world back ages. I believe that the war.
I mean, actually, it did. Like, supposedly, World of Magic is supposed to take place about 800 years from the present, about 800-ish years from our present, 1,000 years from, the end of Arcane Adventures. And yeah, they are not like technologically advanced at all in that game.
That they fought took out all of the influential figures in Arcane Adventures,
sure.
and only left one standing.
They were really an Arcane Adventure. In Arcane Adventures, that war that broke the. I'm not, you guys just watch this. This video hurt my soul, but it doesn't anymore because I know I cleared up the confusion.
That being Theos. What I'm saying right now is speculation. I believe that Theos is only helping us in Arcane Adventures to make a strong person to fight with, because Theos is old and he is bored. And within Arcane.
Yeah, sure. That's definitely. I am horrible at keeping to what I promised.
Adventures. When you fight Theos, he basically accepts that you are as strong as him, and he gives you his.
That's. Yeah, sure.
Gauntlet of power. I believe.
I'm gonna stop pausing this video, I swear.
That this gesture of raising powerful characters as powerful as Theos himself, which is us, sparks a new age. The new age of World of Magic and Arcane Odyssey. The influential characters in Arcane Odyssey are King Calvis, Warren, General Argos, basically anybody who is powerful and holds a position of power. I don't want to list them all because that would be a little too long. And what they do is basically take over parts of the sea. What I forgot to mention is that in Arcane Adventures, there's the first sea, the second sea, and the third sea. In Arcane Odyssey, the seas are named after their profound feature, thus giving the name for the Bronze Sea, the sea that is abundant of bronze.
Wait, what the hell is a nim? Okay, what what? You know, I don't actually know what the word nimbus means. I should look that up sometime. Wait, I'm gonna do that now. Nimbus definition. Okay, let's see. Oh wait, yeah, it's a type of cloud. Yeah, that's cleared up.
And the Nimbus Sea, the sea in the clouds. Awakening in Arcane Adventures happens after you fight with Theos. If you have already finished a storyline in Arcane Odyssey, you would know that an awakening is a heightened maturity of one's fighting skills and mind. In Arcane Adventures, when you awaken, you get a second magic to choose from. In Odyssey, depending on what path you are going, you become a locked class within that path. After talking with Poseidon and him giving you a gift of constant energy, preparing you for the perilous journey.
Wait. Actually, I am curious now that I think about it, if the whole you know, the stamina region thing, if that was like because of Poseidon's gift or if that's something that everyone gets.
Journey ahead. In Poseidon's dialogue, he hints at being close friends with the strongest human.
Wait, did he? I mean, like, because I know he was.
That strong human being Theos.
No, that's strong human being Cursebeard.
He also hints that we are related to the gods by saying that he is proud of us and that we should, quoting Poseidon, do better than me. Do better than us.
I mean, that's
the only
not the brunt of the
way to do better than a god is to be a god to start off with.
No, the way to do better than a god is to just have empathy and don't sexually assault people.
Hinting that we are.
I mean, that's not even an AO lore thing. That's just a that may be completely off topic, but yeah.
Our demigods are gods that have not awakened yet.
What?
If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to subscribe so you...
Okay, that's enough of that torture. But yeah, further lore, Scarious Keep. Wait, there's one of these... Wait, what was I... There's one of these... They called it a... Oh yeah, I just put these because... These two in the video because I found it funny. Wow, yeah, wow. The having the fire curse really the having the literal fire curse, yeah, that's really overpowered. Wow, the secret magic and weapon is the secret weapon literally just Prometheus? Am I literally just beating people up with Prometheus's corpse? I know that's not that's just thumbnails, but I like to imagine that. It's funny anyway. Wait, this actually could be something Oh wait, no, we all know that one. Blah 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 blah. We've all seen this cutscene. Hopefully you didn't skip it, cause if you did, now's not the time to see it. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yep, no talking. Okay. Oh, when I saw that red text, I thought he wasn't able to move anymore and had to resort to writing in his blood. Which wasn't the case, but that's what I thought.
Circa year 50.
Why is there that asshole?
Humans search the world for Orem in order to increase.
Okay, he's just... What is this video? I am scared.
Iris, the most simped over character in all of Arcane Odyssey and the most interesting one out of the lot. Today, I will be doing a character analysis for Iris.
Like,
How VTech chose to
I love this. This image is really funny. It gets weirder the more you look at it. Mostly, how that get.
represent her, and how the community chose to worship a Lego character, and how she has grown a following larger than the Christian church. First, a small introduction. Iris is the first
that guy chose to go Shadow and Light.
main storyline character you meet on your adventures. You are first tasked to defeat her at Frostmill Island.
Why is King David Silver there? But oh hey, wait, fun fact about King David Silver. I'm pretty sure he's actually like in his 30s. It's just his hair is like silver like that because he's a silver.
Island after a misunderstanding, later becoming partners, trying to take down the Order and friend-zoning her in the process. Now that you know who Iris is, I'll get on to my first point. Her title. Iris was given the title Anomaly, which I think is a clever way of VTech's linking Arcane Odyssey to the real world. Before I lose you, let me explain. Everybody knows that one kid in real life that's a bit weird. Doesn't talk much. Has no emotions.
Wait. This just... Wait, actually, I was about to wonder if I was being talked about here, but I know one kid that gets more obsessed with stuff and is which way is and and has less emotions than I do. So
What do all
did I freaking muted this by accident.
those kids have in common, you ask?
Why is Mimhir Island at the top?
They are ginger.
What?
They outstand from the rest of society.
The kid I was talking about was Indian.
They are not considered normal, they get bullied for this. They could be considered anomalies. And we all know that Iris is in fact ginger. All of these traits match perfectly to Iris. Apart from one. Towards the end of the main story quest, she shows emotion. And
wait, doesn't she show emotion for like the whole story? I mean, that emotion is generally either anger. Yeah, it's generally anger. And yeah.
An anomaly in the ginger kind, she laughs after Morden snores. This brings me to my second point.
Oh.
The Church of Iris. Maybe the original founders of the Church of Iris noticed this anomaly in the game. They realized that Iris has broke the laws of the universe and done what no ginger has ever done before. She showed emotion. This brings me to my final point. Iris is the most powerful being in Arcane Odyssey, considering the fact that Iris has broken the very laws of the universe. We could consider her a godlike being that can bend the fabric of reality and break the...
Is that some freaking communist is that like an edited communist propaganda image?
...world by showing emotions while being ginger. The Church of Iris have known this from the very beginning. They started worshipping her sooner rather than later. So they could say that they were her loyal followers from the very beginning, before she discovers her true powers and destroys the Arcane universe. Thank you for watching. Please share this with your friends to help me out.
Well, that was a weird video. Yeah. No, I mean, okay. Yeah, Morden and Navira, really. Okay, I think this is literally just part of this wait, that's Newgrounds Island, not frickin', wait. Yeah, that's Newgrounds, that's Doom Island back there. You can't fool me. Yeah, that's why there's wizards there too.
Crimson Crescent is a
Oh my god, shut up.
clan for Arcane Odyssey, a game made by other popular games in Roblox like Arcane Adventures. Arcane Odyssey is a story-driven...
Okay, that's just a frickin'... Oh, yeah, wait, I think I literally made I think this literally sparked me to make a video on Vastus. What do you think the plural of Vastus is? I think it might be Vast. Oh, got a second viewer for a second. but just a second.
Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Today, I actually found a frozen giant. This was shown to me by a friend of mine. This is located at Frostmill, and it's hidden under like all those tore down houses
Also,
where you fight Iris. So if you look through, you can see a little passageway leading towards the giant. And immediately what I thought was maybe before the houses were destroyed and maybe when people were living there, the giant was hidden by a human. So maybe there was some sort of
actually, something interesting. Just this has nothing to do with the video, but that guy is significantly bigger than he's big. Well, I don't know about significantly, but he's bigger than like the Minotaur, Verdes, the Kraken, all those other part giants we've seen. Yeah, I just found that interesting.
war going on or something like that in Frostmill, but it does look like he was hidden and eventually died down there because of the destruction around them.
What?
And I feel like they wouldn't.
Okay, what the? What you mean he was hidden and he what? It's cover. What you mean he like froze? Okay, that just sort of confused.
Really just add this just for looks. I feel like this might be hinting giants towards the storyline, and there were giants in the world of magic, so I think this might be possible.
Well, there was a like 1/8 or 1/6 giant.
But this one looks significantly way bigger than the ones in World of Magic, and this could have been the home to the giant
One in World of Magic. There was only one added
before civilization. But I did.
I mean, no, not before civilization. The odds are that's. I mean, who knows? Maybe that's a giant from Jotunheim.
Look at him.
Like, not the mythological place, but the place in Arcane Odyssey.
Inspected him as much as I could, see if there's anything that could hint to who he was or where he could have belonged. The only thing I, could really see is his weapon, and he only had a battle axe. But he also had a huge crack on his chest and didn't have any other injuries anywhere else. But if you look at his chest, he has a lot of crack marks, but everywhere else on his body, there's not a scratch else. So it looks like he took it.
Died because that's actually an interesting detail.
Hit to the chest. But let me know what you guys think, because I'm pretty curious on where this could go. But besides that, I hope you enjoyed.
I mean, that video was better than I expected. Yeah, it couldn't have been in the 7 seas. That's not really, that's right. There's no way a chunk of ice would survive the Dark Sea. What's this?
McDonald's-Fans aufgepasst. Hol dir im Juni den Stil auf 6 Chicken, Spicy Chicken.
History. I think a more unknown one might be like Othrys, like that frickin'.
Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to a brand new video, and I'm actually going to be going over an island that I don't think a lot of you know the existence of, because I
would like to know how common it is for people to know about that island. I mean, yeah, but yeah, it could have been possible when the weather was. Wait, huh? I mean, yeah, but the thing is, like, the people survive. Wait. I mean, it's still unlikely. I mean, like, I guess it maybe could be possible, but at the same time, like, or it could be plausible, but I feel like it's probable that it didn't happen.
I don't think this island is actually involved in the story as of right now, but this is a pretty cool island because it is the only place in the game right now, aside from like the Dark Seas, which gives you insanity. The island
you can get drugs from there.
Is essentially just inhabited by ghosts and spirits, and there's a few lore aspects in the island which I'll actually get into later on in the video. But first off, I'm gonna actually show you how you get to the island. So yeah. Alright, this is sped up a little.
We know how to get to the island, I'm sure. How much of the video is this?
It's called. Alright guys, now I'm actually on the island over here, and it's called
Wait, actually, oh god, I've been calling Ascurius. I have a problem where I'll like look at a word, I won't like properly read it, so I'll mispronounce it in some absurd way. Like I used to call Trigono, for some reason. Yeah, and do a bunch of dumb stuff like that.
Ursius Keep. So not Arkansas.
Arceus.
I don't know what I said. I don't know where that
Arkansas. It's Arkansas. Truly the most horrifying place in the Bronze Sea.
came from. Anyways. Now I'm gonna go over it.
I just realized how like how much my ADHD meds have probably worn off at this point. Which kind of explains why I feel so cheerful right now.
And actually talk to the captain guy, and he will give you a quest where you have to find his notebook. I already did it on this slot, and I'm gonna go over what's actually in his notebook in a second. But as for where the actual notebook is, I tried to find it, but I could not. I believe it's in that tower though. I think it's despawned from me already because I did the quest, but it's in one of these towers. And now I'll go on to the contents of the notebook. Alright guys, so I'm just gonna go over all of the pages of the notebook that I found on the island. You don't honestly really need to even come to the island yourself. You're not really missing out on anything.
I mean, no, you're missing out on Cursed Mushroom. I want there to be a drug market in Arcane Odyssey. Please, someone make that happen. Sus keep. Let's just call it
Let's
that.
give a free 5k EXP for doing the quest though, so if you need that, you can come here. So if you're interested in the lore, you can just pause it to read it, and I'll go over the other aspects of the island after this is done.
That's okay. That comment there is unnecessary.
Alright guys, so the next thing that I want to show you is this pit right here. So if you actually go into that pit, I'm pretty sure you're just gonna instantly die. It gives you a lot of insanity, and when I went, or not instantly, sorry, you will die slowly from insanity.
No, not slowly. You'll die quickly, but I guess technically, not a. Okay, depending on your ping, you might not die instantly. That's how. That's how I'd put it.
Like, it gives a lot of insanity. I was at this island for about like 30 minutes, and I was gaining insanity pretty heavily, but I was not dying from it actually. When I went into that pit though, I did die, so be careful of that.
Is that it?
Alright, so the next really
I heard his microphone start recording.
big and important thing in the island. If you want to come here for the loot, because I know a lot of you are probably interested in that, the chests here aren't that bad honestly. I found a couple diamond chests, and this one was found in some random
What do you mean diamond chest?
underground hole. I'm escaping the area right now, so if you guys want to find it, you can.
Don't forget to mention drugs. That's the main appeal of that place.
Just retrace my steps. Last portion of the video, guys. Thanks for watching. And
okay, that's why I'm not watching that. Here, this. I don't even know what that's frickin' saying.
Mimir Island, named after a well-known contributor, Mimir. Mimir Island started off as just jokes, which was just used to sort of make
At least this guy has an understanding of it.
fun of Mimir, and so as we thought was just to be a legend. But a video recently being released by the player known as Aimcell shedded light on a certain situation where someone actually found Mimir Island. It wasn't a hoax, it wasn't fake, it wasn't all just talk. There was actually proof.
Yeah, the thing is though, I'm pretty sure that's also been disproved because there's been like hacks used to like there could be hacks used to like, you know, change which frickin' island that person's at. Anyway, I'm a certified Mimhir Island denier at this point. Yeah, yeah, that, yep.
Proof that he was at Mimir Island. His bounty on the bounty leaderboard. Off the bat, this seems just like to be some regular old bounty that you would see when looking for opponents, but if you look deeper into the location, you'll notice this slot was last seen at Mimir Island. Now, if you watch the video, this guy that found Mimir Island, literally once he got there, logged off and never came back to the slot, so that it would say that for the whole entire time, giving us very intriguing information by mouth, saying that the island was basically as big as Ravenna, and was actually properly built. But now the real question is, where the hell is it?
I highly doubt that VTEX would properly build an island like that, considering how much he underestimates how long it'll take for him to do various development things.
And well, today I have a theory for you guys. This theory isn't just any coincidence, and I'm pretty sure it's very correlated and meant to be this way. But before we get into this, if you guys haven't already, I wouldn't mind a like or a sub. You guys don't have to, but as always,
I will admit though that evidence he just gave is pretty
it's greatly
good.
appreciated. This user, known as Nova, who found Mimir Island, tried guiding his friends toward the direction that he went to find this place. And from what we know, they never did. No one else from we know has ever came across it, and overall was very expected. Now, the direction that Nova went in to find Mimir Island was east of the Pelion Rift. Now, obviously, the direction of where you go in order to find something that you're looking for is very important. But what if I were to say this information perfectly matched up with something so similar?
Oh god. I remember. Bro, why did you misspell Morden?
But yeah, unexpected.
You got like 2 letters wrong. Like, that's more than one.
Morden's diary. Morden is one of the men you escape Ravenna with. After defeating King Calvus, you guys escape and head towards Windrow Island. Here, once you're at Windrow Island, you all have your tent set up, and
what the hell is going on at the arena?
And outside of Morden's tent, there is his diary. You can actually pick up this diary for yourself and read the pages within it. There's a lot of lore within this diary, and this is where you'll find crucial information that leads to finding Mimir Island. In this section in the book,
yeah, because Joke Island would certainly frickin', be part of an important plot point. That's definitely what would happen.
Morden writes about a location of a powerful curse known as the Death Curse, and the directions that he was given to this led east of the Pelion Rift. Now, once I was able to put this together, it shocked me how much the information Morden gave matches up with the situation that Nova was in order to find Mimir Island. And if you look at the Pelion Rift, there's nothing but water east of it. In fact, it is the last piece of actual solid land on the top of the map. So what Morden talks about in his book leads us straight into the Dark Sea, in the exact direction that Nova went in order to find Mimir Island.
If Mimhir Island does exist, then I believe that this was a coincidence, because well, aside from the fact that I've just decided to be a Mimhir Island denier, also, there's no way that VTEX would, would frickin' make this would a stupid developer joke part of a major plot point.
Island. Lost and ancient magics will only be obtainable within the Dark Sea, and since curses are also very rare and extremely
curses aren't player obtainable. See, this guy doesn't know that.
Powerful and dangerous to track, it would only make sense for most curses to be found or hidden within the Dark Sea as well. And
I mean, yeah, considering that's most of the planet, yeah, but players won't get to obtain them. I'm sorry for anyone that just had to listen to that.
With Mimir Island being the only real location we know about in the Dark Sea, and with the directions given from Nova, who made it to Mimir Island, matching with Morden's directions to this quote-unquote location that is off the map, is definitely no coincidence.
No,
Mimir Island is likely...
that very well could be a coincidence. If Mimir Island is real, then its location is probably randomized. Like I'm pretty sure everything in the Dark Sea is planned to be. So it very well could be a coincidence if it is real.
far out and possibly switches locations on the east side of the map for every server. So running into it will be a tough task on its own, as there's a lot of water to cover in the Dark Sea. But if this is actually the direction that Mimir Island is in, that is massive, as it cuts off useless exploration by a ton. And if what
Except for the fact that little locations of various things are randomized.
Morden is talking about in his diary is true, the Mimir Island could be the home of the Death Curse. I doubt
Too bad Morden already has that, and we don't. Why did I lean closer to my computer to do that? I'm using my headphone microphone.
it's there now, obviously, but sometime in the future, when we get into the Dark Sea content, you can expect to find the Death Curse in Mimir Island. And with this information given, I would like to see who can make it there and what they can find out about the place. Me personally, myself, I'm going to head out there with a group of people.
What on this godless world is happening at I nearly called it Mimir Island, but Mimir Island. Oh yeah, I tried to explain them. Actually, oh yeah, this person. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this guy doesn't really. I don't know if this guy understands that this guy doesn't understand that there's only one of each seekers. Wait, what? What did you say? Yeah, I know. Curses aren't obtainable, and there's only one of each sea curse, and this guy doesn't really seem to realize either of those. Anyway, why did I put this one in here?
Update 1 is going to be huge, and there's a bunch of exciting stuff being added. Before we get into it, I would appreciate if you could subscribe and drop a like. You don't have to, but it would be much appreciated. All right, let's get into it. First big thing coming.
What? Okay, this guy's manner of talking. It's like I don't know what it's like. And I'm not gonna like insult it or anything because I am not the person to insult other people based on the way they talk. Way they talk, that would be so hypocritical of Mr. Frickin' Stutterer over here. That I'm Mr. Stutterer is me, by the way. But it's like he's frickin' talking in like short, forced bursts, but like barely does. Wait.
Coming is potions. This means the long-awaited stat reset potion.
Why is this update 1-2 along with the Easter one?
Will be coming. If you're like me and didn't know about the stat system, and you messed up.
Wait, when's this from? You can frickin' figure out if that's before or after the Easter update. I'm not willing to do the math on that.
Your build, this will be game changing for us. This means you will add the correct amount of stat points you will need to max out your build. Water breathing potions will also be coming this update, as Vex mentioned he wanted to add underwater.
Oh wait, this is before the Easter update.
Structures, and this goes hand in hand.
Well,
some basic potions that will be
pointless to. Sure, what's this one? How much misinformation is in this one?
Yeah, it was good job with another video. Real quick before the video starts, I want to ask y'all to subscribe if you want more informational videos on Arcane Odyssey like this. But yeah, let's get straight to it.
Let's see how informational it actually is.
So I was looking at the Trello, and right here it literally tells us everything that's in the game, to ghost ships, to legendary ships.
Everything that's plans to be in the game. Some of it is. A lot of it isn't.
To cast
stuff with the red little thing are
the ways to sharks and everything.
Is that proper grammar? I don't know.
So I just want to go over this with y'all. If you're interested in knowing what's in the game and you don't care about any spoilers or whatever, I don't really think it's a spoiler. It's just informing yourself on the game. So these three, I don't think we need that. Clans, we have clans. Castaways, it's the NPCs that are found stranded at sea who will help, who like their call for help when you sell by them and all that.
Wait, is this before the game was released? Wait, yeah, it is. Wait, what? I just realized that. Let's watch this.
Okay, so we recently just got
Wait, why is this so similar to the scuffed analysis? Actually, wait. Uh, by the way, I remember. Wait, why is that so similar to my really scuffed analysis of the trailer? Like, wait. Well, I mean, I guess we'll see. What's this? Okay. No, I can guess what that's about. Oh, oh yeah, here it was. I did. Okay, I did this in like. Wait, why are these? Why are there chapters? I did this in like, and during like the frickin' late at night in my room when I wasn't supposed to be on my computer because I didn't have any time during the day. And I remember at one point I thought someone entered my room, and I was so freaking terrified. I was like sweating a lot. This is so off topic, but it's a funny little memory I have.
The
Wait, okay.
second Arcane Odyssey trailer. And today I'm just going to briefly just like skim over it, talk about some of the details, and just give my reaction to it. So yeah, let's start. So we start off with waking up somewhere, stranded.
Okay, I'm not gonna watch that. Here, let's watch this. Yeah, it is. It's not 6:20. Wait, is it? No, it's not 6:20. No, it's 6:25 Eastern Standard Time. But I'm in Germany right now, so wait. Oh, it's 12:25. Yeah, at night. Let's hurry this up. Would get a lot of views because people loved Metamance. I don't really. Oh wait, is this gonna be one of those videos where they only mention that the really powerful thing they're talking about is available at the end? Let's see. I don't think it really, or that the really powerful thing they're talking about is unavailable. Is it at the end? Is that the I wait. Okay, yeah, sure. I was meant to frickin' like I can't frickin' talk, right? I suck at the Oh yeah, this is the whole reason why I'm too. This is the poll I did do this stream. Why am I making these? Oh yeah, yeah. This is what this. I wonder if this is gonna be one of these. So far, it doesn't seem to, but let's see. Oh my god, that gave me a heart attack. Possibly 3. Possibly 3. Oh yeah, I forgot to say bye Jesus profile picture, man. I'm not you become immune to any sort of physical force. but if they die by either by magic damage. Yeah, really powerful curses. Well, really just grand fire curses. They go to. I mean, yeah, also you can punch people. What's a spoiler curse? Oh, the death curse, yeah, that's... Oh, common. You know something that's occurred to me? I don't actually know where... I'm actually not sure where it actually states that Curse Spirit's half giant. So it's possible that he might not be half giant. So you know, that I mean, like I do kind of hope that he's half giant or part giant or whatever, because that makes him cooler. But you know, I'll give Prometheus credit. He didn't give humanity sea curses, which, that's a good idea, but he did give them magic, so I wonder what if he was, if he had, I mean, I, this is what I wonder. Frickin' answer this poll, please. I want to know. I want to know what you guys think. Yeah, yeah. Poseidon had enough power left to sort of help you with your awakening, and Hades, I think, might not be dead yet. I mean, no, I don't think that's irrelevant for Arcane Odyssey, considering Warren. Oh, wait, no, they do wait till the end. That stupid thing. Okay, with that sort of presentation, I get the feeling that they might not be doing that. Oh yeah. What does that word mean? I'm kind of scared to say that because I don't know what it means, but yeah. Oh wait, no, is that a wait, no, is this person from the UK? Is this like the British word GIT, get, or whatever? Yeah. Okay, not bad. I am, what, word live stream. Okay, I got no. What's in the way? I don't frickin' know. I'm tired as hell. Let's frickin'.
What if you killed hundreds, thousands of people and separated loved ones from one another permanently in order to achieve your own goal? That is
Oh wait.
people and separated loved ones from one another permanently in order to achieve your own
Okay, I
goal.
couldn't think of like a dark, an edgy joke there.
That is what the Order of Aesir did. The mysterious underground organization of Arcane Odyssey that controls the entire Bronze Sea. Their mission? To obtain sea curses, a type of magic in the Arcane universe so powerful it could—
I mean, I don't, not necessarily. Their intention seems to be to obtain power. Obviously, yeah, that's one of the best ways to obtain power. But they seem to be intent on doing it in. But I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to do it in more ways than just that.
destroy kingdoms, countries, lives. But for the Order of Aesir, they wish to use sea curses.
How the hell does that look like a candle? Because that's how Morgan described it looking, like a candle.
Is to reawaken some ultimate power that was long ago sealed away.
God, I wonder what that could be. I mean, my initial thought was like Torin. Then I realized they used like officially retconned. But he does really perfectly match the description, though he was retconned. I'm not gonna suggest that he's still canon.
And with that, today we're gonna be talking about the Order of Aesir, and its major involvement within the storyline of Arcane Odyssey. And hey, if any of you lore enthusiasts spot something I missed, feel free to inform me.
Oh, trust me, I will.
The moment, the history of the Order of Aesir before the events of the game aren't known all that much, only saying that the Order of Aesir was an organization dedicated to furthering the power of magic, no matter the cost.
Yeah, not necessarily with sea curses. I mean, sea curses are a great way to do that, but I think they might use a few trickier ways.
And said they died 200 years ago, roughly. The name Aesir itself derives itself from Norse mythology, which is
Yup, Wotan the Conqueror is gonna be involved with them.
sort of weird since the game is more based on
Jotunheim, Asgard. I don't know what Karax means. But Wotan is another name for Odin. I could go on, but yeah.
Greek mythology.
Actually, no, I don't think I could go on. I'm kind of, that's kind of it.
And the name Aesir is, to keep it short, we're basically a type of race of gods.
Those are the Asgardian gods. Wotan.
Okay, no more history lesson, back to video game lore. But right before
as opposed to, other lore.
For the events of the game, the player, along with Morden and Tucker, were experimented on by the Order before the events of Arcane Odyssey, since the Order was trying to find out more about this ultimate power and experiment on people who they thought
Nice job killing that guy.
had that power. And it turns out the player, you, has it, because you're the protagonist. Going on with the story, you, Morden, and Tucker escape from the clutches of the Order and arrive at Dawn Island, where Arcane Odyssey picks up from, where the player awakens to have their memory completely wiped, with only you and Morden surviving the escape, while Tucker unfortunately did not make it.
Oh, that's... How do you make his tombstone like that?
Fast forward the story where the player gets
Red Wake,
solves their problems and whatever, and sails to Frostmill. That's where the player encounters Iris, who is intentionally attempting to melt away Frostmill with her flare magic.
Global warming, the video game boss.
Since Frostmill was associated with another kingdom called Ravenna, which Iris holds a common grudge against, since the background of this grudge.
Would that really be considered a common grudge? That's such a weird way to word it. What's an uncommon grudge? What?
Is that Iris previously resided within the confines of Ravenna with her father.
Oh, that's where she's frickin' from. Wait, actually her name, that name, Iris, that is the name that the Greek goddess of, I think, rainbows has.
Father,
Rainbows and maybe messengers. Like, this is a different god than Hermes, by the way.
Until one day, her father, along with another group of civilians, were arrested by soldiers, which was revealed that the Order of his Aesir was behind that mass arrest of Ravenna civilians who were brought in for questioning
Venezuela? What?
and inevitably
What's going on with the subtitles?
executed on the suspicion for being Winterville refugees. For some context, Winterville was the rival kingdom of Ravenna, whose first king, Nero Caesar, ended the war between the two nations by
Nero Caesar did something that the United States did at the end of World War II. He pulled a I don't know what that Wintervale like place was called before, what that Wintervale capital before was called before it was new, but I feel like either like Hiroshima or Nagasaki would be fitting names.
using his own curse power, which Winterville has completely underestimated and absolutely obliterated Winterville. Since then, the Ravenna royal family has been attempting to cover up their dark past by arresting anyone and anything who has
I gotta say that's kind of surprising, cause because like okay, the actual Romans would have like would have been like like would have treated like instantly killing a bunch of people like that like the coolest thing ever, like, oh, we Romans are so great, we were able to do this, whereas anyway, yeah,
knowledge of Winterville's destruction, or is a Winterville refugee themselves, which is likely why Iris's father.
Oh no, Iris's father I think might have been like arrested because, well, I mean, like, okay, it depends on if you're talking about the excuse they probably gave to arrest him, or the actual reason they arrested him, like, which was, to find the death curse.
Was arrested. He was likely one.
Or maybe he was a survivor. Wait. Actually, yeah, that makes sense. Considering, I mean, Iris. I don't know, Iris.
Of those surviving Winterville refugees, but why the Order would even have interest in arresting and killing the remains of Winterville survivors kind of beats me, since their ultimate goal is to obtain sea curses to awaken ultimate power. Going back to the storyline, Iris journeyed away from Ravenna in order to find out who was behind her father's arrest ultimately, and you, the player, joined her at Sears Island, where Iris is said to have seen cloaked figures dragging a bleeding man away. After investigating, the player would find out the motive of the Order of Aesir by Lord Elias, an agent of
it's the worst version of Papyrus or Lancer.
The Order after defeating him in a battle, along with the knowledge that the man they dragged away was Beringer, a user of a sea curse, and the sword he was stabbed with was called the Devourer, which had the ability to take away a sea curse from its user, but primarily the Order of Aesir captured Ringer in order to learn the location of a sea curse that was much more powerful. But Elias answers no more, and you probably killed it. Fast forward more, you and Iris split up to find out where the other Aesir members went in an attempt to rescue Beringer before he can confess the location of the other sea curses. And the player heads to Sailor Lodge, meeting up with Morden, who spotted the same Aesir members sailing into Fort Talos, Ravenna's separate iron fortress. The two devise a plan to get into Fort Talos, where Beringer was ultimately held, but it was too late. Beringer had already given up the information on the powerful sea curse, the death curse, and its location in the Dark Sea, and is practically clinging on to whatever strength he has left before he perishes, since his sea curse was removed by the Devourer.
Yeah,
but more
a massive fucking hole in his torso. That's kind of also sort of a problem, but yeah.
After being given the location by Beringer, instantly leaves Fort Talos in an attempt to get to the death curse first before the Order of Aesir can get it, and leaves the player behind and to get caught by General Argos, one of the barons of the Order. After defeating Argos,
I love Argos. He's a fun boss, and he has some funny dialogue. when you beat him.
Goes in a bloody battle.
I just like him.
Lots of crap happens.
I don't know why I said that now, but I did.
The player escapes Portalos, and mostly unrelated to the Order, so let me speed through a lot of this crap. The player learns that the Order has deeper roots within Ravenna, so they travel to Ravenna, where lots of things happen. News of what happens at Fort Telos comes to Ravenna, and the player is now a wanted criminal there. The player then travels to the Shining Plain.
Yeah, it was so funny when I heard heard someone say, "Oh man, we gotta get this information to frickin' General Argos and Fort Talos," and I was like, yeah, yeah, um, yeah, they exist still. They work. They are function. They aren't gone or
In
destroyed.
order to lay low and wait for Morden to come back from his trip to steal the Death Curse in the Dark Sea until they are ambushed by Lady Karina, an officer of the Order and sister of Lord Alias. More fighting happens, you defeat Karina and then she
By the way, Karina means boat in Latin. Anyway.
gives away that if the player wants to discover one of the High Lords of the Order, they should travel to the Ravenna Castello, but midway on their journey to traveling on Mount Caesar, the player was attacked by General Julian, the user of the Glass Curse and likely a member of the Order of Aesir, but not revealed for some reason. Then the player was thrown into the Eternal Mines.
This song, I like this song.
Dialogue with other prisoners happen, stuff on the Dark Pass of Ravenna, and then Iris and the gang breaks us out of prison months later. And then
a month later, but yeah,
finally,
so absurdly long. Then of course Calvus gets killed by a random dude that like freaking, you know, that's been starving, that's been malnourished and sleep deprived for a month. Oh yeah, and also magic deprived, but their magic return. Actually, I wonder if like the protagonist's magic like returning to them, like, you know, after being cuffed for so long. I wonder if that like in terms of lore might have been like part of what like enabled him to kill Calvus, because like, you know. Oh, because, you know, they've been sort of, like, learn how to, like, function, like, with their magic energy, you know, constantly being drained. And obviously not, like, to do anything impressive, but, like, considering they're low on food and low on, sleep, I wonder if that, like, invigorated them to be able to kill Calvus. Or maybe it just had to do with the fact that Calvus's fork is just so fucking awful. It's just such a stupid weapon. I'm actually gonna pull up a picture of it after we watch this video, and I'm gonna talk about why it's awful.
with the gang, you storm the Ravenna Castello and find King Calvus as one of the 5 High Lords to the Order of Aesir, which the player fights and defeats single-handedly after 5 High Lords to the Order of Aesir.
Yeah, see that?
Which the player fights and defeats single-handedly after roughly 100 tries, and then reveals some major points on the Order's main goals revolving around some great power that has been sealed away, and also mentions that the player's blood was special in some way, and that the Order needs
it really seems like it would be Torin, but I know he's been retconned. I'm not suggesting that he's like canon, but damn. I mean,
people like them in order to achieve their goal. Going back, this is basically why the player was specifically experimented on by the Order and got their memory wiped. The Order probably found out that the player had this sort of ultimate power that they were looking for, but before they could take advantage or experiment more with it, Tucker and Morden were able to escape with the player.
Okay, that's a funny image. Yeah.
Before the Order could do any more. And with that marks the end of what we know, at least at the moment, about the Order of Aesir's involvement within Arcane Odyssey so far, but it will likely impact a major part.
Okay, anyway, let's look at Calvus's stupid fucking fork. Okay, this stupid looking thing. Well, this plain stupid thing. Okay, okay, okay. Aside from the fact that I'm pretty sure just a spear is just better than a trident or pitchfork, just in general, because like you're relying on less blades, you're relying on one blade to that all the energy of the thrust is put into. I think that's how it works. I'm not no weapons expert, but that thing, those spikes aren't even straight, and like no wonder Morden was able to survive getting stabbed by that. It's a stupid weapon. Anyway, I am drained beyond belief. Uh, I'm gonna frickin' go to bed, and then tomorrow I'm gonna go back to the United States and watch every Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Yeah, bye. I think I was gonna say something funny, but I forgot. Yeah.